Get away, freaking Nat. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. And I mean me and Josh. About chicka wow wow. Yeah. This is TTC update number 2. Well, that's 4. 2. So I thought, why not, you know, get real intimate with each other. So come on, gather around, my peoples. Let's sit close and get all nice and friends and, you know, that kind of thing. In case you couldn't tell, I thought I would talk about sex. And how, for me personally, it changed, you know, I'll say change like that, once we actually started trying. I need like a warning, like, warning, warning, warning. If you do not want to hear about vaginas or penises or sex and Josh and Emma and I was gonna say smashing papas. I don't know. My friend called it that one time a long time ago, and it was the most hilarious thing, and it just stuck with me. Calling it smashing papas, which is, papas are like potatoes in Spanish, so I don't know if that's weird imagery for you. Smashing papas. I don't know, what do y'all call it? Birds and the bees, getting jiggy with it. I like, if you play The Sims, which I'd love to play The Sims. If you play The Sims, they call it woohooing. You gotta woohoo. So maybe that's what I'll call it. We woohooed. Or, you know, on the forums, they call it BD for baby dance. Baby dance. First thing, I guess let's talk about just sex in general. How it is so different, how it's so different from the movies, because in the movies it's just not the same. Wow, that was a really stupid statement. You know, okay, so like in the movies, they're like getting it on, they're like, oh, I bet I can make my chair squeak, hold on, wait. There you go. So they're like, yeah, and then they like finish, and then they just roll over and like, good night, go to sleep. No one told me how freaking messy it was gonna be all up in there. So messy. Okay, me and Josh, again, this is all TMI, so I apologize. But if you're still here, this should be interesting. Josh and I have used condoms. That's what we've used as our protection. So already next month we'll be married 3 years. So we were not trying to get pregnant. The past 2 years we were taking precautions, and what we were using was condoms. That was our form of birth control. I've never been on birth control. It's just my choice to not have been on birth control. So what we used was condoms. Oh gosh, this is about to get super TMI. Oh my god. Let's just say that, again, the first time that we did it, we BD'd, we baby danced, we about chicka wow wowed without condoms. It was really messy. That's what I'm saying. Like in the movies, it's like, so okay, go to bed. That was not happening. Like you have to go to the restroom afterwards, I feel, and like clean up, you know, because it's not pretty. Like making babies is not pretty, y'all. It's like getting down and dirty. That's what they mean when they say that. Like, let's get down and dirty. Like they really mean that it's about to get all kinds of messy up in there. So that was something like so like shocking, not shocking, I don't know, it was just like, whoa, ew, gross. Poor Josh, because it was like, it felt all nice and everything, you know, it felt all good and stuff until that, and then I was like, oh, gross. I have to go to the bathroom. Am I really gonna put this on YouTube? Yes, I am. It's like they say, sex is cleaner with the packaged wiener. I swear I didn't make that up. That's like real. So yeah, it is. Now that we got that part out of the way, the first month that I started tracking, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ovulate around this time. The first month that before you ovulate is when you're most fertile. The days leading up to ovulation are when you're most fertile. So we were like, BDing every day leading up into ovulation. And not that, we have a very healthy sex life, okay? But every day is pretty excessive. So, but I was like, no, I have to. This is for the baby, for babies everywhere, and to make babies. So we were doing it like every day, and I will tell you that first month, again, because it was all just still so new, I had never done anything like this before. This was the first time we were actually trying. It got pretty almost stressful. It got stressful because it was like, we have to do it. We have to, because I was just thinking, okay, well, we should do it every day. That would increase our chances. Kind of for Josh too, like we got into not an argument, but just it's different, as you start to grow as a married couple. I've talked about this before. Every time you go through a new phase in your marriage, it's you like have to go through growing phases. That's how you build bridges to cross over onto the new part. And so that way, when you settle things and whatnot, then you're able to, instead of just sweeping it under the rug, you're able to come back and say, okay, this is what we did to get over it. So we kind of just had to talk about it. And because I know Josh, like there was one time where he was just like not finishing and I was like, what's going on, what's wrong? And then of course it turned into like, it's my fault. Like I was like, all guys should be able to finish, right? I mean, goodness, you're having sex. Like, you're having sex every day? Isn't that like guys' dream and fantasy or whatever? Like, isn't that guys' goal in life? I don't know, that's not true, but you know what I mean. It's like guys love to have sex, and here we are having sex like every day, and one of those days he just couldn't finish, and it was taking like really long, and I was like getting tired. I was like, water, hurry up. and I didn't know what was wrong, and that turned into like, I was like, why aren't you finishing? And he was just like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, and then it turned into that. And then of course that kills the mood. So it was like, get off of me and let's talk about this. And then I was like, what's wrong with me? You don't find me attractive, which is so dumb. That's such girl hormonal talk speaking. Girls and their illogical thinking, right? Oh my gosh, Emma, what were you thinking? I was like, and I didn't understand. He's like, what are you talking about? It's a lot of pressure, not just pressure, like, but it's like, hey, boom, you have to perform right now. Like, technically speaking, the girl, me personally, like, again, this is totally TMI, but really you just kind of gotta lay there and wait for things to be deposited into you, so to speak. Whereas the guy, that's like a lot of work. Like, you gotta expect him to perform, and I can see how that would be a lot of pressure. So like I said, we went through that the first month because I felt like I was putting too much it was too much business. It became too much business, like scheduling almost. Like, okay, I ovulate this day. I know we have to try the week, start trying before, and we got to hurry up, and, and it was just, I could see how that would be stressful. So that was one thing that kind of happened. And now, like I said, this is our third month oh gosh, hair, get out of the way. This is our third TTC cycle, so for these past 2 cycles have just been very different as far as that, because I feel like the first month I was like, okay, I calculated everything and I did everything I was supposed to, and I still didn't get pregnant. So I'm like, okay, just relax. Like, there's no need to stress out about it. Now, with that said, I mean, it's easier said than done, okay? I'm not like, oh, if you're not getting pregnant, it's because you're not relaxing. No, that's like rude. That is not fair to say that to people. So I'm just saying, for me personally, I noticed that these past 2 months I've just relaxed and calmed down a little bit. For me, what that means to me, just not letting my whole life revolve around that ovulation schedule. And again, this is only my 3rd cycle, so for people that have been doing this for years, I'm not, if I'm not pregnant in a few years, then I may have a different point of view. So I'm not trying to say like, oh, if you haven't gotten pregnant in 2 years or you're having infertility problems, that's a totally different situation and story. So this is just my personal experience. So for the past 2 months, it's just been very different as far as the whole baby dancing is concerned. Like I said, just a lot more relaxed, and I'm still somewhat tracking. Like, actually, this week right now is my fertile week, and I should be ovulating within the next couple days. But I don't, like, we're not having sex every single day, and I feel like if we don't have sex, like, oh my goodness gracious, we're like, that's it, it's over, and it's all your fault. Like, I don't feel like that this month. And also, you know, just because I know that having sex every other day is ideal according to doctors and everything, but of course, if you have sex every day, you can still get pregnant. Like, there's what's the word, there's exceptions to every rule. So, you know, they just recommend to have sex every day. That way it gives the sperm a chance to build, the amount of sperm a chance to build. That's kind of what we've been doing now, just sort of having sex every other day regardless of ovulation schedule and everything. And then the last thing I kind of want to talk about, how emotionally having sex was so different. And I'll tell you that, oh my goodness, like, do y'all see that gnat? There was a gnat. You're ruining my moment, little gnat. I was about to get all emotional up in here and you just flew by my face. So, like I was saying, now, okay, after we, you know, the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's messy and all that stuff, that was true. But then, like, there was just this overwhelming feeling of love. And I'm gonna try not to cry and get all crazy emotional on y'all, because I have a tendency to cry for everything. But it was just so beautiful. I mean, knowing that, just the thought of life in general and the miracle that is, you know, pregnancy and giving birth. It's just to think, like, it just felt so surreal, I guess, that first time, because it's like part of you is left inside part of me. Like, you know, you talk about husband and wife and becoming one, and that was just like, wow. I mean, again, not that we've had good sex before and everything, but there was just something about that time of just like, oh my goodness, it was beautiful when you know that you're trying to create life. Like, to know, like, I saw Josh and I looked at him and it's just like, you're over there, but a part of you is still here. Like, I mean, well, technically not here, but here inside me, and that may lead to creating a child, which is, I don't want to cry, which is the best of both of us combined. I mean, that's just a miracle. That's beautiful. I mean, that's just, I can't, that feeling was so overwhelming, and I felt so much love, and it feels so surreal. So that's really all I have, and thank you so much for watching, and please leave comments down below because I love them. I was thinking about getting Josh in here on one of these videos so you can kind of hear it from a guy's perspective on how his points of view on sex changed or anything once we were actually trying. So thumbs up if you like that idea. And if you don't like it, thumbs it up anyway, because you agree with me? Yes, please, por favor. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be putting out another video soon. Happy TTCing, happy sexing. Like they say on the forums, baby dust to all, and I pray that you have a sticky bean. I never thought I was going to be one to say that, but you know, life.